Okay, welcome back. This time,
Oh,
yeah, hello, welcome back, Subu. Just had our underdogs tournament, which ended with my win. Subu takes second, and Info takes third. And now we're moving on to the real business with top dogs, where players can use. Most of the players actually competing in this one can use their mains, which are generally stronger characters. Stronger characters. So we're gonna see probably even better and stronger competition. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hopefully this one is gonna be a little bit shorter than the first one. And yeah, let's shuffle the bracket first. We got 11 people in that event. Here we go. One, two, three. So I look at the bracket. Subu versus Info is actually the first fight. That's pretty interesting. Winner is
nice.
facing Julian. I'm facing Basilar. Very interesting. A good player. We got Insigni facing Abir. Captain Adler versus Null, and the winner of that is facing Caster, and also the winner between Insigni and Abir will face Oak. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive right into it and see a totally different fight here. A fight where I would say Info is at a little bit of a disadvantage. First of all, Marie is her main. She was able to use her in the previous tournament. Can use her now. We'll see who she picks for this particular fight. Subu most likely is going to gravitate towards his usual main, which is Bara. But every now and then he switches to a different character. Here we go. We're gonna do the same system with 10 points. As I said, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. I'm not sure Info is around. Info. Let's give her one more shout. If not, we're gonna move to the next one. Yeah, Info doesn't seem to be around, which means we can move to the next fight, which is Insigni versus Abir. Sorry, Subu. Probably.
All good.
Insigni and Abir fought in the previous tournament, and this is how storylines change because Abir used Yendrek there. Insigni was able to use one of his mains, which is Getty, But this time it's going to be a different story because Abir has the ability to pick Barabash, which is his main. I'm thinking probably a Jan versus Barabash fight, which is always a very close contest. There he is. Okay, let's get ready for a bloodbath here, because I'm pretty sure this fight is going to be very exciting. Two of the somewhat newer players on the server, Insigni, with a little bit more experience than Abir, but both of them have had some great performances. Abir is on the right side.
Gonna see the beers, bars, I assume.
Yeah. Most likely. Oh, looks like Insigni may also pick Bara, or maybe somebody else. Yeah, Bara for Abir. Insigni also does play a little bit of Bara as well. Not sure if it's the best choice here, considering that he plays more Yan than Bara, and Abir is a Bara main. Maybe he is confident enough that he can get this done. But yeah, this is
low cut and the snap cut is brutal.
Real business here. Something happened? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, Abir challenges me, and I'm like the Bara main, I think, in a lot of people's eyes. So, like, Abir has really improved over the months.
Yeah, he's a very
in the Bara mirror, he can kill anybody.
Bara. I fought him in Captain Adler's tournament, and it was a pretty difficult fight.
Double.
Dash. Side step snap cut. That's a very good move he does.
Yeah, already I think I'm seeing a little bit of character knowledge going into Abir's favor there, like just with some of the snap cut combos he's doing. And he might need to change things up a little bit to counter that.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. Just that subtle sidestep and the snap cut. That's something Luck started doing before me, actually, at Barabash.
Yeah, that's Luck's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong start for Abir. Maybe he was eager to play after waiting for a little bit in the previous tournament.
Low cut was a risky play there because that snap cut was ready, but it didn't land in time. It paid off.
I was excited.
There is a bit of pressure.
Yeah, I was excited for the first tournament, considering that you know, you get those awkward matchups and people playing characters that they don't really play. But in this tournament, most players here are going to use their primary mains, and we get to see like the highest level of Hellish Quart. See also how the game reacts to, like, the newer changes reacts to actual solid gameplay. Oh, nice chop on the hand.
Yeah, looks like Abir might have been trying something right at that moment. So hand snipes are big in this matchup.
Yeah, the placement was also pretty good from Insigni. Like, it was right. Because I've been saying this about all the downward cuts in the game. Like, from a certain distance, they can bypass the guard. Like, if they go over the guard and hit the arm.
Yeah. And
still
we might see that a bit more.
Yeah. At the end of the day, so sometimes just naturally trying to place something somewhere will work because of physics.
Yeah. for sure. Nice sidestep there. That combination is very linear. That was A to Y cut. You don't see it very often with Bara for that exact reason. It's just very telegraphed. There's probably a situation for it, but that was not it. Nice. Insignia keeping it simple when he gets the leg cut, which is what you want to do. But he's going to need to figure something else out, I think.
Most Yan players can play Bara, and most Bara players can play Yan.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I think Insignia took a gamble that I was kind of suspicious about at the beginning of the fight, and unfortunately the result confirmed it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best pick in this situation, and Abir takes it quite convincingly. But Insignia will still play in the lower bracket a little bit later. Let's see if Info is around, so we can do your fight.
I wonder if Insignia would have been better served with Jan, because Jan probably plays into a simpler game plan a bit better than just a Barabash mirror.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that deep. Like, people can play whoever they want and whoever they feel. But when it comes to like a best of one, it's probably a good idea to just go with who you're feeling the most comfortable with, and even if you lose, you think, okay, this is my best character. So if I couldn't win with my best character, it's very likely that I couldn't have won with somebody else. Because after that, there's always that question, like, should I have picked my main, or it's kind of a thing to deal with. Anyway, let's message Info again. See if she's ready. If not, we can move with the Captain versus Null.
Yeah, so there's scheduled maintenance for Parsec tomorrow, but thankfully it's before the USFC, so always good.
Okay, Info is here. So we're gonna do your fight. Yeah, again, another fight that happened in the first tournament, but now with a completely different idea. We'll see who Info will pick here for this fight. Who knows? I've seen Info playing Isabella. I've seen Info playing Jan. She can't use Marie. So we'll see how that goes.
Nope, no Marie.
No Marie.
Perhaps she belonged here, but it was not to be, so.
Jan. Still going for a rapier, I see. Oh, it's actually you are on the right side, but if you guys want, like, it's not that big of a deal. You can just stay as you are, and I'll just switch the names. You are right side, Subu, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do that. I'll just switch the names because it's first round anyway, so there's no rule to it. All right, here we go. I will say that although this is where Subu gets to use his main and Info does not get to use her main, I think Info is going to be quite competitive in this fight. I've seen her play Jan before, and she can be quite decent with him. Yeah, some poking from distance. Oh, and the trade there won by Subu. Subu's very good at winning close range trades. I mean, not trades, exchanges. Nice chop. perfectly distanced. And again, I'm gonna say it again. These slow-mo options really help us see how well certain players use range. And yeah, this is a very good example. Just at the end of the tip, where you want to place a strike as further as possible from the opponent, but still powerful enough to defeat them. 3-1. Oh, and again, perfect cut, perfect range. 3-2. Nice, perfect counter there by Subu with a quick upcut. 4-2. Next is Captain Adler and Null, so please be ready. Curious to see who Captain Adler is gonna pick, because Tarna is not in this one. There are a few folks here in this tournament that actually main some of the characters from the lower tiers. But Captain does play a range of characters, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fine. Isabella being one of them, actually. Anyway, back to the fight. Info gets another one back here, 4-3. Six-4 now. Yeah, Subu still maintaining advantage. Info is keeping close, but she hasn't been able to take the lead so far. And it seems that most of her flags are obtained a little bit harder than the ones obtained by Subu. That's also a thing in every match. Like, you see a close score, but one player had to work or dig really deep in order to get the flags, while the others did not put as much effort. Oh, Info tried to produce a surprise here. Surprises do not work on Subu most of the times. He's always ready. Oh, try to go for a size that gets blocked there. And actually Info takes it. Yeah, Info has taken quite a few flags with some, I wouldn't call them lucky strikes, but you would not expect those to take the flag. And it's 7-6. Let's see if Info is able to make it even here. Nice block. Oh, again loses the exchange, but nothing crazy. Goes for a cork, but the trade is won by Bara. 8-6. Yeah, a quick forward cut there from Info. And again, 8-7. Kind of the same story throughout this fight. Subu taking a 2 points lead. Info taking one back, but now we're getting close, so Info needs to do something here to take the lead. Yeah, nice forward cut. 9-7. Yeah, kind of, as I said, kind of the same scenario throughout the fight, scoring wise. Oh, close to get that arm. Double. Oh, nice quick counter there. And again, the same thing. 2 points up, 1 point down. But now it's time for Info to make something happen. 9-8. Subu was pretty much in control of this fight, but the score was always close, and yeah, it goes on exactly the same pattern. And eventually, the number of flags run out, and Subu deservedly wins the fight, 10-8. Nice effort here
Great,
for
good
Info.
fight.
And I think she's going to do a pretty good job in the lower bracket if she plays like this. But yeah, Subu was able to dictate the tone of the fight. We're doing Captain Adler versus Null now. And I think this is going to be a very interesting fight in terms of the characters used. I'm not really sure what we're going to see here. Captain is left. Null is right side. Null had a pretty good run in the previous tournament. We'll see what happens here. There he is. Okay. Captain on the left, Null on the right. Oh, Isabella Mirror. Both of them actually played a little bit of Isabella. Even Null had a period of time where he was playing Isabella. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, double.
Null going with the old school dash Y. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No worries. And I like how that interaction happened. It was like he reached past the blade and was still able to get the hit, which made sense. But then Captain Adler, because Null was not ready to defend himself, he was able to just land the hit anyway. So double. Yeah, it can be a lot of doubles in this mirror. It's a very grindy fight. But if you know how to play Isabella, I really do think mirroring can be smart. It's just that you have to be prepared for a grindy fight. Is the only thing. If you're looking to just win and walk all over your opponent, it's not the mirror for you, but it might well be the most solid way to challenge an Isabella. But there's arguing. Oh, we're seeing the gore for the first time. So for those who are not aware, Kubel did make a change to the game where certain parts of certain characters, and I think it's only 2 body parts in the game right now that do this, but there is that added gore effect. You saw Isabella's arm was like hanging on by a thread. It was pretty much cut in half. That was a nice detail. You don't see it a lot, so that's probably why it was the first time. Plus, well, actually, the other thing is Tarnowski's the only other character who has that effect, and it's only on one of his legs. So if nobody ever hits that leg, then you're never going to see it. Similarly, Isabella, it's that one arm. We're never going to see that until Isabella is available. So again, we see it again. The Posta di Donna, but his arm was cut right in half. Gnarly stuff that I'd love to see. And I am happy to see that in the game. I know I've criticized it a little bit because it felt like Kubel was focusing on developing that and not, fixing the issues with the game or listening to feedback, but so it kind of seems like a waste of time. He's seen it in Half Sword, he's replicating it here, but I will admit as well that it does at least look cool. And, if he fixes the other stuff, I'm definitely open to it, so. I'm just gonna let him cook and see what he does. He's definitely moving in a positive direction with this update, so that's good. There we go, the first point here for Nullified. Captain Adler has played lots of Izzy, so Nullified might be struggling to kind of warm up with this new character. Keeping in mind he hasn't played Isabella these tournaments yet. This is his first time in a bit, so he's probably had to make some adjustments. So far, it isn't looking good for him. And actually, the thrust there hits the face, so Captain Adler got the kill in the trade. And this is the problem you can run into in this mirror. If the opponent, for whatever reason, is getting a big lead on you, the fact that it's a grindy fight remains the case, and so it can make it very tough to make a comeback work. Like, it feels like if Saber's a lot more dynamic, so it's like, if you're down a bunch of flags, you can play tight, you can snipe the hands really quick, hit some with sidesteps and stuff to bypass the guard right away. When you're fighting another Isabella with Isabella, a lot of those options aren't quite open. You have to find ways to create those opportunities, or you have to allow your opponent to make a mistake, which may or may not happen. And Captain Adler is going to say needs one more, but there it is. 10-2, very decisive victory, but Captain Adler is a very practiced Isabella by now, so definitely a tough opponent here for Nullified, especially if he's not sort of warmed up with Isabella. That was really well done. Like, to be honest, I am not sure about my chances in an Isabella mirror against Captain Adler either. And this is the guy who beat Luck in the USFC, speaking with Isabella. I still would really struggle. That's how good his Isabella is. As for Info's comment about Marie should be allowed, honestly, in hindsight, 100%, but hindsight be 2020. Yeah, and certainly when you started Captain Adler, like, that was the case, I would say. Marie was pretty weak, so. And now Marie's probably... I know I was saying she's Marta level, now I'm not so sure. It's like, Marie just seemed to kind of dominate the non-meta characters, so... Granted, I didn't try Marta against her, and that was because I was not liking my chances with that character. Marie's always had some advantages over Marta that Marta doesn't enjoy in the rapier mirror specifically. So I'm thinking a stronger Marie would be even more of a problem. But maybe Marta was a decent pick. The way that Marie can move in and out would make it very difficult for Marta to make much happen.
Okay, my apologies. Looks like the fight is over.
Yeah.
It was won by
There's Captain Adler, I believe, 10-2.
10-2, yes. Congratulations. Here we go. Yeah, Null will start again from the lower bracket. Captain moves on to the next round. He will be facing Caster. But now I'm going to fight Basilar. I think this is the first time I'm fighting him, or the second. He's a solid player. He's going to be on the left side. I'm going to be on the right.
Yeah, it's worth noting, Basilar, he was fighting some tough competition earlier, so don't let the scores of some of the fights fool you. He definitely showed some good stuff in those fights.
maybe we're gonna see a different showing here now that he has a different character. Alright, he is on the left side. I am on the right.
Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, no surprise from Venator. Just waiting for Basilar's choice.
Yep. Jan.
Jan, okay.
One of the characters that can be a legitimate threat.
Yeah. Yeah, Jan is probably like one of the characters I'd recommend to a new player right off the bat. If they don't know who they want to play. It's funny though, because now Marie is better. I would be like, well, if you like rapiers, just go play Marie. Like, she's that good now, so it's nice to see. Don't have to tell people Jan's the best rapier necessarily anymore. Although I'd love to see more matchups between those two to solidify that. Isabella's main advantage here, though, is she does a better job of fighting for the center. I think she does that better than the vast majority of characters, if not all of them. And so, a Jan player, although he tends to be played in a rangy way, you don't want to spend too much time there. I would say you want to start striking at her flanks. You want to break it up a bit with combos to her face. Maybe punish her if she overextends a little bit, but you want to make it a little messy at certain points. It's a matter of figuring out when to do that and when that's a bad idea, though. That cut to the face, if you range it right, is a good idea as well, that he's trying to down forward Y. But Venator knows about it. It can be a good single tempo as well, and a bit out of range there, Venator instantly punishes that. Having taken a hit earlier as well, that isn't good. I like that he's trying to taunt, but it doesn't seem to be breaking open Venator's defense effectively because he's ready for them. Nice, single tempo there. As Venator tried to walk in there with that A cut, he got his hand sniped. Ooh, Venator with a nice try there, trying to step in to punish that whiff, but Basilar was able to back away. Going low there with the thrust, but it was deflected, and Isabella instantly won that. That's what I mean. Like, Jan can poke and prod a little bit at Isabella, maybe try some chops, but if Isabella is playing tight, he's not going to win the fight for the center. Yeah, you gotta find ways to wrap around at a time when Isabella is not ready to instantly punish you. So very nicely done, those flags by Basilar. Yeah, he's making it messy now. This is what he needs. And actually the YY, I don't think that was changed, so that's a good move to try. Combination. That sidestep can be good if used properly, but it's not seen very often. Nice try, though. I like the idea behind it. It makes sense. He's trying to get around Isabella and hit the side of the face. But Venator's ready to block it this time. And again, I think the idea behind that move was good, but a little bit too far away, and the timing was a little bit off. Very hard to time that one specifically because it's slow. But it would have been beautiful if it was timed well. At the right distance. Venator dashing around. He's looking to finish it cleanly here. Going for that snap cut to the hand, but his opponent didn't quite bite. So they're going to be circling each other. I like that Bachelor is not trying to just give this flag away. He wants to still fight it out. That was a really good idea, but Venator sidesteps it. Yeah, I really like how he's playing. Venator's just a super tough opponent. Anybody can run into some trouble against Venator very quickly. Doesn't matter who you are. Snap cups. I like, again, that Venator is just constantly putting his blade in the center, trying to interpose his blade between any attacks that Bachelor might be trying, but this time that offbeat sidestep works in his favor, and that's what I mean. If you use it as a tempo switch at the right time, it actually can be very effective. I like that he's throwing the corkscrew sparingly, too. Because you don't want to throw it naked all the time, otherwise you will be punished. Nice. Venator just finishes it there.
Yeah, GG. That was a good fight. As you said, I like that Basilar wasn't, even though he was behind on the score, he was really trying to fight each flag strategically. He managed to get a couple of good flags. In the end, I think the score difference that I managed to get in the first part of the fight was decisive.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to the next round and we're gonna see Oak fighting Abir. And I think this is gonna be a very interesting fight. Most likely we're gonna see Yatsik fighting Bara, and I remember that Oak and Abir always have very close fights. So really looking forward to this one. I think it's gonna be interesting. Then we're gonna see Castor versus Captain Adler. And then we're gonna see Julian versus Subu, and after that immediately we're going into 2 rounds from the lower bracket, and we're gonna fight all the fights there. There's Abir. No sign of Oak yet. Let's give him one more ping. Maybe he's raiding vampire towers in Skyrim.
Yeah, I remember he said we did a chess tournament and he was healing players in Skyrim in between making his moves, and he still won the tournament.
Yeah. Speaking
He was
of
like
that,
multitasking.
I've been playing the Legends mode from Ghost of Yotei. Maybe we can play it
Oh yeah,
tonight if you're free after the tournament
yeah,
or later.
yeah.
And
We'll see.
I've been playing the Shinobi, but then I switched to the Archer. And the
Yeah,
Archer has, apart from the bow, Oak on the left, Abir on the right, he has access to. Oh, Sam for Oak here. 1 second to change. Oh, the names were already there. Sorry, my bad. She has the Tanegashima, the shotgun, the musket,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I called it shotgun because there is a legendary one that if you headshot or kill an opponent, the reload is instant.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, I'm basically using it like a rifle, in
Yeah,
in Sengoku times, and it's just crazy.
yeah,
I'm really carrying the teams. I get like 120, 130 kills in survival, which by comparison, like everybody else is like around 50, 60. So the
yeah.
archer is definitely
That's awesome.
so,
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, back
yeah. I
to
don't
this.
see it used very much, so it's interesting. Anyway,
Yeah, it wasn't, but then people kind
yeah,
of picked her up.
yeah,
Interesting choice here from Oak. I've seen him use Sam before. This is not the first time.
yeah.
And he's doing really well. 4 flags already.
Yeah, I think he can give Barabash problems, especially a Beer's Barabash. Just judging from the way a Beer likes to play, I think Oak can easily make use of Samuel's defenses to quickly punish his mistakes. And they might be slight mistakes. Like, I'm not saying that Beer is playing badly, but it's just Oak is that good. Like, if you make a slight mistake, he will hit your hand just like that. And then you're dead.
What's interesting is that Oak, in his first fight of the previous tournament, he started exactly the same way with a 5 points lead. Beer gets his first.
Yeah. This is how you should play Samuel too. You're sniping at the hands, you're not like overextending too much. Yes, you've got these wider attacks you can use at random times to throw your opponent off, but I think you mostly want to play a tight game against Bara. Play it clean, don't trade with him.
Yeah, 6-2. Strong lead here for Oak, but still a long way until 10. So Abir
Yeah.
has a chance. Just needs to stay composed and take each flag one by one.
I think Abir was trying to force that YY in too much as well. It hasn't been changed to my knowledge. Maybe the physics have changed it, I don't know. But if your opponent's aware that you're trying to throw 2 cuts and you're just trying to force it in, it still leaves you open to be punished, even if the move is kind of questionable. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be so simple to beat Oak.
Yeah. Can we actually take a moment here and, after so many fights and so many hours, and say that the game is actually looking good, and we haven't
Yes.
really had any major issues or bugs or
Yeah.
bad interactions. So hopefully, I'm not gonna jinx it, but
Wait. Ooh. Yeah, Oak kind of cracked under the pressure a little bit there.
yeah. And it's 7-4, so things get interesting. Because at one point it was 5-0, which means from that point on, Abir scored 4 and 4, and Oak scored 2, which means it's ascending trend here for Abir, but still
Yeah.
behind. Oh,
Nice
goes
low
low, goes
cut,
high,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So as the Barabash player, this is the type of thing you want to do. You want to mix it up, go high, low, sidestep. You know, these types of things to overwhelm his defenses a little bit.
Yeah, and as you said, in a 10-point fight, this is what can happen.
Yeah.
People keep their composure more and mount comebacks. It's also hard for the person in lead to kind of keep the same effort and energy throughout each flag. Sometimes you may get into a false sense of security and lose
Yeah.
a few just because you thought, oh, this is going my way. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
they're 1 point behind.
And even if you are maintaining the same pace, it does take a toll over time. Like even my fight against Info, I made it look like I was in control, and I think I was, but it was still like mentally taxing to remind myself like not to just throw random stuff
Yeah.
and not get careless. Like you have to be laser focused against an opponent that good the whole time.
Nice chop. It is an urge whenever you get like 2, 3, maybe even 4 flags advantage. There is an urge to just kind of force the next one, like force the next
Yeah.
point. But anyway, it's 7-7.
Yeah.
Abir definitely, as I said, definitely on the sending trend here.
Yeah. But if he puts Oak in the corner, Oak might become dangerous, and then it might get interesting.
Yeah, usually Oak does not really crack when he's under this type of pressure. And there you go, he scores the 8. And it doesn't really matter what happened until now. He's
Yeah.
ahead.
Oof.
Yeah, he's
Again,
ahead
he found a move that works. Yeah.
and the 1 point away from winning. Oh, Abir
Nice.
actually
Okay.
does not let him get away that easily. Gets one more. 9-8. Great fight. Really like the development of this one. And takes the leg,
Beautiful.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, he's not. That's not the cloth from which he is cut. 10-8.
It did hit you, Abir.
Yeah, Abir is Abir. 10-8. Yeah, Abir will be fighting in the lower bracket. Not far from now. Now we're gonna see Caster fighting for the first time tonight. Most likely we're gonna see a Sam from him, but maybe he has been practicing a different character. And he's facing Captain Adler. Here we go. Going pretty smooth, I think. We got a bunch of fights done. I think this one is going to end
Hmm.
faster than the previous one. And then we can do our thing. Um, yeah, Captain is here. Hold on, I have to log in. Yep, that's what happens when you're. Yeah, no worries. Take your time. In the lower bracket, then we're gonna see. So the loser number 7. So actually, the loser of this fight will be fighting Info, and then the winner of that will be facing Gabir. Basilar is facing Insigni, and the loser of 5, which is between Julie and Subu, will face Null. So we're gonna see all those fights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights after the next two that we're gonna do right now, and then we're straight into round 3. Yeah, again, until Caster connects. Again, props to Kubel, though he did listen.
Yeah.
At we put a little bit of pressure with some messages and comments and whatnot, and but he took action, and
Yeah.
it's looking good. It's still not 100% what we want from the game, but at least with the muscles, with the setting of having muscles off, we it's pretty good. We're not getting as much jank, weird interactions, hits not registering.
Yeah.
You can see some attacks landing pretty clean, like you can actually understand what happened instead of like we always said on the commentary, say, "Oh, what happened here? Like, how did that hit? How did
Yeah.
that not hit?" Those are very frustrating moments because maybe mechanically what happened was legitimate, like somebody used a good technique and hit his opponent, but if it's not you don't see it visually, then there's always this question like, oh, maybe I that shouldn't hit me. Maybe it was a bug. Maybe I lost because of that, and obviously that frustrates players.
Yeah.
Okay, caster is in, and we're seeing caster left side, captain right side. I think caster needs keyboard. I'm not sure. I completely forgot about. I mean, I remember about Oak and some others, but anyway. Isabella for Captain Adler. Let's see who caster is going to pick. I mean, he mains Sam, but we'll see. Father Zera. Okay. Okay, we're gonna see Father Zera tonight. I'm happy. Not too many characters in this tournament, but we've seen Isabella, we've seen Jan, we've seen Bara, we've seen Zera now, Sam, and I think only Jacek and Connor have not been used.
Yeah.
We could potentially see Jacek from Julian because he plays Jacek every now and then.
Yeah.
As for Connor, I'm not really sure.
Double.
There were a few players using him, but nobody really mained him. Nice.
Yeah. I think a lot of players find him awkward to play just as much as he is to play against, if that makes sense. Like, his weaknesses are annoying to work around, but equally for the opponent fighting him, it's like awkward to get around the shield.
Yeah. But it's still, you know, it's also just like Sam, you know, like not everybody's winning tournaments with Sam and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's just that the character is built that way, and so is Connor, that they don't really have weaknesses. Of course, some things are not as strong as some other characters, but they just don't have a glaring weakness. For shields, obviously, would be pushes, but those don't really work against Connor. They do work to if the player does not expect them, but yeah. Anyway, back to the fight. Good lead here for Captain Adler. 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thrust to the face, though.
Yeah, Zera can definitely defeat Isabella. He has all the tools to do so, but it does require a little bit of awareness, and you have to make it a little bit chaotic, just like this time.
Yeah.
Just straight.
Yeah, that was good.
For a good size stat. Zera matches Isabella in what she has best, which is range and power. Zera can also penetrate the guard a little bit better than Isabella does.
Yeah.
And he also has a certain tankiness. It's kind of hard to kill at times because he stands tall, kind of hard to hit his head unless he moves forward. But obviously he's a little bit slower on his feet, a little bit clunkier, harder to use. So you'd have to put in a little bit of an effort. As an Isabella player will have to put some effort against him. So I always find this matchup to be quite balanced.
Nice hit.
I'm pretty frustrating for both, I'd say.
Yeah. Isabella really wants Zera to make a mistake so that his hands can be hit or something. Because otherwise, they both have pretty good guard, so you can get grindy fast.
Yeah. I would say Isabella doesn't have too many areas that she can actually exploit in Zera. Yes, you mentioned the hands. That's one of them that could be, but it's still pretty situational.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to rely on just playing. Just play and try to find a counter or a window, or it's not the same
Yeah.
aspect. Like, I don't know, take Laszlo for example, and you can either snipe his arm or hit his body. Yeah. Anyway, Captain
Yeah, you
Adler
got to
is
get in there and create those opportunities.
which
And yeah,
Captain
he was
Adler
about to
is
win.
doing here actually. Just and there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. 10-4. Captain Adler wins. And there was a surprise pick here from Caster. We'll see. I don't know if he practiced with him. I think he looked pretty good, even though he lost.
hmm
But we're going to see actually pretty soon after your fight with Julian. We're going to see him again, and we'll see if he picks Zera again or goes to a different character. Yes, let's see Julian versus Subu. Most likely a saber fight, unless Julian has other plans. Another 10 points. There he is. Here we go. Julian left side. Subu right side. Subu with a very good start against Info. Close fight score-wise, but Subu was pretty solid throughout. I think. Oh, no. Yeah. There we go. We see Jacek. There's only one character left that we haven't seen today. I'm not sure if anybody's going to use him, but still a pretty good rate of character usage. I would say we did have a pretty good rate in the previous tournament. But anyway, let's focus on the fight. Julian takes the first one. This is always a balanced match between Jacek and Bara. They can definitely beat each other. I'd say Bara is probably better when it comes to raw gameplay, like his speed, his ability to kill. Yeah, we see it here. His ability to kill, more straightforward. Jacek usually needs more setups to get flags, but he does have more tools overall. Oh, beautiful there from Subu. Takes the arm. 3-1. Nice side step. Yeah. And Julian is struggling here. Dash side step. And again, forward cut. And Subu is in the zone. 6-1. Double. Yeah, it's not going well for Julian here. He needs to change something. And at this point, he probably needs to go in there and just throw something awkward. Oh, beautiful. Whiffed the first one and landed the second leg attack. Yeah, Subu's looking great here. Yeah, again. super solid performance. Julian is not finding an answer. The score is on Subu's side, but it's not over till it's over. Every fight, every flag starts from. Well, not this one. It just started straight with Subu cutting the hand. 9-1. Oh, it takes the leg. Oh, double. Oh, Julian landed a hit there. Oh, and again goes low. Another dash snap cut lands. Goes for the side step, another double. Low blade away from Julian. And that's it. 10-1. Very impressive performance here from Subu. I wouldn't even say that Julian fought bad. It's just that Subu was too much for him in this fight. And that's fine. Everybody loses to Subu. And there's no shame in it. Okay. We got our round 3 ready, which is Subu versus me, Oak versus Captain Nadler, but we're going to see those fights a little bit later. Now we're going to see 5 quick 5 flags fights in the lower brackets to see who survives the chaos. And here's what we're going to do. First match is going to be Info versus Caster, and the winner will immediately fight Abir. Just to keep it rolling. Info is ready. Info looked pretty good, and Subu's last performance actually makes Info look even better because she was quite close score-wise. Lost a 10-8.
Yeah, good game, Julian.
Curious to see if Caster sticks with Zera here for this 5 flag fight or chooses somebody else. Connor for Info. And Caster goes to his main Sam. I was actually surprised to see that he didn't play Sam in his first. Probably Info heard me when I said that we're probably not going to see Connor and just wanted to put him on the list here. But yeah, first flag scored by Caster. Nice forward thrust. That's a good thrust from a little bit slow, but usually has the possibility to bypass the guard.
Oh, snap cut there. Connor does have some decent snap cuts, actually. A little bit underused.
Yeah, he has a lot of tools. The thing is, most of them are somewhat mediocre, which means that you kind of have
Yeah,
to mix it up a lot.
yeah. And there's the one good tool that we all know about, that being the London, but an experienced player knows that. They're not just gonna stand there where you can hit them so easily.
Yeah, I would say strong fundamentals with mediocre tool set. That's probably
Yeah.
good description. 2-2. As I said, the winner is immediately going to fight again.
Start throwing a lot of cut here to try and sort of test Info's defense a little bit, and then finds an opportunity.
Yeah, takes the leg.
I like how he's doing it. It might look like a lot of the attacks are sort of not doing much, but I think they do a good job of setting Info up for future hits, especially if he decides to go low randomly. Yeah, very good way to play against shield characters in general, and then there it is.
And Caster wins 5-2. Unfortunately, Info is eliminated from this one, but she got a ticket to the Champions Finals. So we're gonna see her a little bit later. Caster moves on to the next round, and will be fighting right now against Abir. Abir left, Caster right side. Let's get Abir in. Abir with a very good fight earlier against Oak. So again, Abir left, Caster right. Bara versus Sam, the same matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a smart pick, I think. We saw a great Samuel, too, by Castar, so it's not like some random pick. He clearly knows what he's doing.
Oh, he tried
Nice.
the thing, the dash side step, the dash snap cut.
Yeah. And that's the thing to keep in mind, is it's not necessarily a free attack. Like, you think you're very safe because it's so fast and it can bypass guard, but when you're in the middle of doing a cut, your hand is a target.
Yeah,
So,
and basically when
Castor's
you're
doing
moving,
good.
you're exposed. So
Yeah.
if somebody's
Again.
waiting, just like Castor is doing here. If somebody's just waiting to snipe you, you can be in danger.
Yeah. And if you're very good with your footsies, you can sort of read his intentions, that he's probably going for some dash, like sidestep, and just back off, and then punish it. Nice. By a beer, though. Offbeat, but that's why it worked.
Oh,
Nice. Low cut. Yeah, Samuel can still move in quick bursts even if that leg hit. Nice, yeah. Now it's very, very close. Anything can happen.
yeah. In a 5 flags fight, things can turn around pretty quickly. Oh, gets hit there.
Nice. Yeah. Shoulder hit, not a hand hit. So not quite a kill, but could still prove decisive. Every hit matters.
Yeah, what I think Abir can, what I think Abir can definitely improve is a little bit more fight IQ on certain moments, which is like when he doesn't know what to do, he's just gonna throw something random, and obviously he's gonna
Yeah.
be punished for it. Like you always need to be
Yeah.
kind of okay. Why am I throwing this move? Like what's the purpose?
Yeah.
of throwing this move. Do I want to catch him? Maybe I want to take a reaction out of it. Like, you always have to think why you're throwing a certain move. If you're just gonna throw it, it's obviously you're gonna get punished.
Yeah.
But that's not. I mean, that's not necessarily something that only he does. It's just like sometimes the lack of experience is showing, even on
Hmm.
these very good prospects that we have here. Experience is a thing,
Yeah.
and although you can beat the veterans and you can beat the very good players, experience will show at some point.
And it just so happens that Samuel is probably the best set up to punish those types of mistakes that he's making at times. Yeah, some chip damage, which is always good, especially to the hand like that. You hit the hand twice after that hit, it's probably gonna be it. Sometimes even one hit's enough. Nice
Yeah,
leg void, but
beautiful.
that actually didn't
Yeah,
help him.
this
Nice.
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Every single move and everything he did was calculated, and it had a purpose.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
what
now
he's
we're kind
doing.
of seeing a little bit of the reverse, I think.
Yeah,
Astor's gonna lock in.
yeah. A few feints from both.
Yeah. Trying to
Yeah,
create
that's it.
opportunities in the chop. Yeah.
And as soon as Abir started taking each flag a little bit more seriously, he managed to come back. Wins 5-4 and qualifies to the next round. Castor with some great showing here today, but unfortunately the tournament ends here. Thank you for joining, though. Hope to see you on the next one. Okay, we're gonna see Basilar fighting Insigni here. I mean, what I said earlier is like it's not specific to Abir or to newer players, although it does happen more to newer players. It's just, guys, when you're in a Hellish Quart fight, you don't have to throw something just for the sake of throw. I mean, nobody's doing anything, and you just kind of feel. It just feels like one of those moments where you're in a room and you just feel the need to say
Yeah.
something because there's an awkward silence. You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. Like,
Hmm.
just wait for the right moment to attack, think about what you're gonna do next, and good things will come when you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a difference between surrendering initiative and just being patient,
Yeah.
is the best way to put it.
Okay, Basilar's left side and Insigni on the right. Because there's also this stigma at times that, oh, you're too passive, or you're not throwing anything, or you're just waiting for a counter. So what? You're in a tournament.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
these moments will happen no matter what.
Yeah.
I think Basilar may need keyboard. 1 sec. We all do that at a certain point. It's just
Hmm.
because the fight is very tight, and there's like, if you want to win, you have to have these moments where you just take your time and just be patient.
Hmm.
Okay, Basilar might go to Jan again. Let's see who Insigni picks. Yeah, also goes for Jan. And it also happens in like every fighting game.
Hmm.
Even fighting games that are designed to be spectacular. Mortal Kombat, Tekken, whatever,
Yeah.
where excitement is kind of inbuilt. When you see high level
Yeah.
fights with high level players, you're always going to see a lot of poking, a lot of zoning, a
Hmm.
lot of safe plays, a lot of defensive maneuvers. It's just how it is. Everybody. Oh, nice wrap around there by Basilar. Like, this is what happens at high level. At some point, it
Yeah.
becomes boring or not exciting. But you gotta ask yourself the question: do I want to win or just want to make it pretty?
Yeah.
And that's it. Forward two.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's
Sneaky
sniping the hand.
pass.
He says, "I want to win."
Yeah.
He's just going at it.
Yeah. Welcome to my TED talk here. Yeah.
Nice stab.
Nice. Yeah. Insigni's superior experience here with Jan is showing. And Insignia, you can actually stay in because we're gonna have one more fight, and then you're gonna fight again. We're gonna see Null fighting Julian. And I remember what you said many times actually.
Hmm.
There's no way to make a career in this competitive environment just by not playing or just by refusing playing or refusing aggression or just waiting for the
Yeah.
counter. You just can't. It will take you
Yeah.
to a point, but you just can't. You always have to alternate between being aggressive, setting baits, being patient, being passive even, or being hyper aggressive, being awkward. That's what
Yeah.
most top players do.
Yeah.
So do not
Yeah. And there's wiggle
reject.
room for different
Yeah,
styles,
do
but
not
yeah, you're
reject
100% right.
anything that presents itself in a fight. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
have to stare at each other, and just wait until there is the right moment to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've had moments like that today too. Like you noticed I was doing a lot of the sidestep stuff with Marta, but then I was playing against Oak, I think it was, and I realized like maybe I don't shouldn't rush these sidesteps as much. I should wait a little bit, see if he exposes his hand or something, then go for the stab to the side, right? Because
Yeah.
Oak was adjusting really nicely to it.
Um, Usami
Like there's
is
a moment in the fight where I was much calmer. Yeah?
Julian left. Sorry, nullified left Julian, right? Oh, they got the wrong. Nullified the left side. Something happened, I think. Null left side. Good. Yeah, Isabella for Null and Jacek for Julian. Interesting matchup. I wanted to say about Usami is that I've faced her many times in the later stages of tournaments,
Yeah.
and she is a player that you just can't beat by trying to be. Oh, nice one. Trying to be awkward or super creative or whatnot. No, you just have to beat her at her own game, which is being patient
Yeah.
and just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. It just doesn't work.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like fighting a
Mm.
machine. Just
Yeah.
doesn't work. And yeah, maybe it's not pretty, but yeah.
Works. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice low
Takes
cut.
the leg.
Yeah, there's a time though where creativity is really good. You start a beat and then you suddenly go low when Nullify thinks it's his time to defend, and it works. Nice.
Yeah.
Nullify
Nice
gets
step.
one back. Yeah, that long range cut there that Julian is trying is quite underrated. There's definitely a time and a place where that will hit like a truck. It nearly hits Nullified, but it's a double.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting matchup. I think it's pretty balanced overall. Oh, nice thrust of the arm there. Probably leaning towards Isabella's side with a few more tools in the reach. But very good Yatsik can definitely make quick work of an unsuspecting Isabella.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
Nullified's trying to make something work, but he got countered.
Yeah, two-piece combo.
Oh, and there's the gore. With that one specific arm, some cuts will just completely open it up and nearly take it off.
Yeah, we haven't seen much so far because only two characters have that implemented.
Yeah.
Try to thrust a little bit too slow on the wind up, unfortunately, and Julian wins 5-3. And Julian stay in. Oh, he left, but you'll have to fight again. Null, thank you very much for competing, man. Appreciate it. And we're gonna see Insigni versus Julian now, and then we can go back to the winners bracket. Maybe Jan versus Yatsik. We'll see. Julian is left. Wait. I gotta check. No, Insigni is left and Julian right. I hope they picked the correct. No. Okay. Insigni left, Julian right. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yazuk against Jan. Jan once carried the name Yazuk, but that was a while ago now. A long time ago, years ago. Now he is called Jan. So, interesting matchup here. You'll notice on some covers of the game, Jan will still be like in the center picture as if he's the main character. But that is not the case. Not anymore. It's funny because I think Jan's fighting style feels more like he's a main character. It just has a really strong base to it. It's kind of straightforward, lots of good tools, not difficult to play. Yazuk, on the other hand, feels kind of complicated to play. And it's not to say Yazuk is a bad character, it's just that he's tougher to get into. He's even got the leg switching stuff, which Jan, excuse me, does not have to worry about at all. He keeps the same foot forward no matter what you do. Stab to the body. Insignia has actually been on fire with Jan. I really think Jan, if he started with Jan from the get-go, perhaps he would have done better. But hindsight is 20/20 with these things. Abir is still a tough opponent, no matter what. And straight to the face, that's it. Signy takes it. Taking names with this Jan. Yeah, and Insigni's great at throwing attacks with Jan, especially cuts, at times when you don't really expect it. He just overwhelms you with well-placed combos. So that was 5-1, yeah. Very well played.
Something happened?
No, Insignia managed to win 5-1.
Oh, okay. All right. Congratulations, and thank you, Julian, for competing. Some great fights. And yeah, Insigni moves to the next round, and it's what's interesting is that Insignia and Abir fought each other in the first round, and now they're both in round 3, waiting for their opponents. We're moving to the winners bracket, and you're going to see another fight between me and Subu here tonight, as expected. Going back to 10 points, so it's definitely going to be pretty interesting. Subu is going to be on the left, and I'm going to be on the right. And after that, we're going to see Oak fighting Captain Adler.
Oh, you might need to enable my controller.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I bet. Just give me 1 second. I got all these wires here. Just
No problem.
here we go. No surprises here. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh. GG. Good fight.
Yeah, good fight.
Pretty close flags, and it was a pretty clean fight on both sides.
Yeah.
Some really nice and again, I'll say this the entire night, the slow-mo really showed like how certain moves were, like the perfect range on certain moves on your side and my side as well, like exactly
Yeah.
on point. So I like that. Anyway,
Yeah,
Subu
100%.
will be fighting very soon, actually, immediately after Oak and Captain Adler. Hope to see him perform again. Now we get Captain Adler on the. You should put on the hat. No, no way. You'll never see me. I've never played Isabella with the hat. Never. And I will never play. Not even if you pay me. Captain left, Oak right. It's gonna be an interesting fight, and want to see if Oak is gonna stick with Sam. But knowing how Oak operates, most likely that answer is yes. When he starts the tournament, he usually picks one of the characters that he wants to play with. Not at random, of course. And usually sticks with it unless something goes really bad, and it's kind of like a last resort thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I can think of only one time. There was this round robin tournament, and he got first place. I got second or something. We went to the elimination, and he had Kalk, and I won pretty decisively with Isabella against his Kalk. And then we had like one more match, like the second final, and then for that he switched to Lazo and actually won, and he won the tournament.
Yeah.
But that was one of the few situations where I've seen him switching, and even then he just switched to another main.
Yeah.
Oak again is raiding Vampire Towers. Beat is so funny, man. He put the bracket between me and you and said loser fights him. Oak's not here. Oh, there he is. Just as I was about to. Yeah, Captain left, Oak right.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Oh, did I switch? Oh yes, I did. Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, Oak going back to Yatsik here for this one. I think he probably believes in his ability to defeat Isabella more with Yatsik compared to Sam. And maybe he didn't like too much how that first fight went. It was pretty chaotic in terms of score. He had a pretty strong lead, and then all of a sudden it was even, but he still managed to pull through. Cut into thrust, punished instantly. Oak is very good at not allowing you to set up strikes with combos. He's just gonna punish you on the first. Nice. Two. Oh, catches him with a nice retreat there. Unexpected. What we know for sure is that Oak is going to take this fight very seriously. And he knows this matchup really well. And every time you're throwing some B-tier moves with Isabella, he's going to be there. Well, try to dash into push and goes in for the combo and scores 4-2. I also wanted to say that this is a fight for the top 3 in the tournament, which oh, nice one, which guarantees some ranking points and the ability to fight in the Champions Finals. We already have 3 players there, which is me, Subu, and Info. And the 4th one will be decided right here. Oh, nice side step. Oh, nice cut into thrust. 5-4.
Moje.
6-4.
Hmm.
7-4 now. Yeah, Oak is taking some lead. Captain needs to start using some other techniques. Yeah, goes for the tap. Yeah, welcome back. It's 7-5. Oak switched back to Jacek for this one. Oh, tried the snap cut there, but
Whoa.
yeah,
Nice.
combo. Although the snap cut is a very good tool, it doesn't usually work as a counter repost to an attack. It works mostly as a catching whiff punish
Yeah.
or a sidestep punish, where people are in awkward positions. That's when it actually lands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Nice upcut.
yeah, it's a pretty sneaky upcut as well. 9-7. Oak has been ahead almost the entire fight, but we're getting close to the end, and Captain Apple is actually not that far behind. Yeah, and he gets another one.
There's one.
Because that's what happens sometimes. You just kind of, you're behind the entire fight, and then suddenly you're close to the end, and you're just not that far behind. And you can actually snatch the win at the end, and I've seen that happening many times. Oh, goes
Nice.
for the back wide there. That was a pretty inspired move, and it's 9-9.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if Captain Ebler has ever been in the lead in this fight, but he can take it right when it matters.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely wants to from how he's playing, which is good. And make it hard for Oak. It's a double. They both saw an opening and took it.
Yeah. But speaking from experience, taking the last flag out of Oak is like taking I don't know, an ice cream from a child with a strong grip.
Yeah. It's like he's determined and has a superhuman.
Oh, nice
Wow,
double.
okay, still double. I thought he had it, but the slow-mo was a little... The timing was different. I'm not used to that type of timing, so I didn't expect a double.
Oh, and an upcut,
but-
and he actually takes it. Wow. Right at the end, as I was saying earlier.
Yeah, it was good.
It's just a thing that happens. I was talking about situations like this where one guy is ahead almost the entire fight, and then right at the end the other guy takes over. It's just that the other guy suddenly gets the confidence that, oh, I can actually do this, while the other guy feels the pressure of, man, I just can't get this guy out. Just can't get him out of there. Not really sure this is what Oak's thinking, because he's very experienced, but sometimes it happens. Yeah, very close fight, and the captain actually takes it 9-10. Oak will be fighting very soon again, trying to get the spot back in the semifinals. We're gonna see now Abir versus Subu. Abir left, Subu right, and then Oak versus Insigni. Both fights 5 flags. And then we're gonna see the winners of these fights battling out. So we could potentially see Subu versus Oak, or we can see Abir versus Insigni again for the 3rd time tonight. Either way, it's gonna be, or obviously other combinations. But yeah, gonna kick Captain Adler. Abir is here, and probably we're gonna see a very short Barabash mirror match. Let's switch it back to 5. Abir left, Subu right. Here we go. Red Bara versus White Bara. Yeah, the side step snap cut that both of them are doing. Tries to go for a sneaky side step attack there, a little bit out of range. A good intention though. Tries to chop. Subu's ready. Oh, and an upcut, but it's a double eventually. Yeah, the reds versus the whites, yeah. And eventually the first flag ends, and I think a pretty important flag. Yeah, a second upcut there. Subu's always ready for the punish. Beat is trying the side step a lot, and I think Subu has already read it. He's just keeping range and just punishing the attempt. YY. Yeah, this time actually Abir comes with a very good setup. YY retreated and then went for the upcut and scores 3-1. I've seen Abir coming back before from situations like this, and there you go, he scores the second, and now we have another close fight. Both for this, going for the same intention here. Another good upcut from Subu. Tense moment for both after Abir's squatting. But of course, this time the side step actually works, and it was well timed when Subu tried to force the pressure. 2 flags remaining. Oh, and Abir actually takes the 4th one, and we're down to the last flag. Gotta say, I admire Abir's ability to come back in some of these fights against very strong opponents. Just like he did against Oak earlier. He lost, but the fact that he came back from 5-0 shows character. Last one. You don't want to overcommit, but you also don't want to stay too passive. Oh! Strong attempt there from Subu. Goes for the chop, gets hit. Superficial hit though, but it may count in the end. Oh, and another one. A bit is slightly hurt, but he can still fight. Not over yet. Yeah, and as always, the last tense flag it finishes in the double. Oh, and an amazing upcut there, and Abir actually takes it. Coming back from 4-2, that's actually Subu's trademark, coming back 3 flags behind. Looks like Abir had that ability as well. And Abir moves on to the next round. It was a good fight. Only 5 flags, anything can happen.
Nicely done.
But anyway, we're not very far from the end, and Subu already has a guaranteed presence in the Champions Finals, so we're gonna see him there again. And yeah, we got in the Champions Finals. We actually got, so there's me, there's Subu, there's Info, there's Captain Adler, who just secured his top 3 spot. And there's going to be another new name, which is going to be selected between Abir, Oak, and Insigni. And we're going to find out right now who's going to take that last spot, because we're going to see Oak, Insigni, and then the winner fight Abir. But what it is for sure is that I'm the only one who will have a little bit of an advantage in the, and it's not just host advantage in the Champions Finals, because I am the only player who managed to get 2 medals here today. So I will have 3 lives in total compared to 2 that the others players have, but I'll explain that after we finish this tournament, what I have in mind. Anyway, let's see Oak fight Insigni, and then the winner fight Abir. Okay. Oak left side, Insigni right side. Yeah, going for Sam this time. I was about to say when you were fighting Abir that I remember a very crazy fight. I don't know whose tournament it was. Maybe Tao's, I think. Yeah, probably Tao's, and I think it was in the armory.
Yeah.
Where just like every set ended in 7-6, and it was excruciatingly close.
Yeah.
I think I remember that fight. Definitely in Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that tournament you're talking about. Such a classic map too, the Armory.
Yeah.
It's a little bit narrow, of course, so perhaps not the best to use that map all the time, but that used to be the map we used for competitive events, so it's very nostalgic, and I still really like it.
Yeah, it's a good map. Not 100% optimized for competitive play, I would say, but it's still a solid map.
Yeah.
4-1.
Where's needed here? There's a hit. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, Oak is just doing his usual. Yep, gets it. 5-1. And this is one interaction here that usually would just be very awkward, but I perfectly understood what happened here in
Yeah.
this one. So I like it. 5-2-1. Insigni, thank you very much for competing. Oak will now face Abir again. Oak is taking left side, having won by a wider margin in his fight. And this is a semi-final for top 3 continuing in the tournament, and also a ticket to the Champions Finals that I was talking about. Oak left side, Abir again in a tough match. Maybe this time he's going to take it. Suddenly you have 3 lives. Yeah, I'm giving myself all the advantages. I could give myself only 2 lives, but then I have to give all the other players 1 life. My idea is to give people 1 life with the character pool that they got a medal with, and 1 life with all the characters on the roster. So everybody could also play their main if they didn't get, like Subu for example, if they didn't get a medal with that one. There's Abir. It's kind of like in the last Olympics that we did, where everybody got like some weapon type and also a main. So yeah. Oak takes left and Abir takes. I could not have that rule, but that would still be in my advantage.
Yeah.
This way it kind of equalizes things. Oh, I'm sure Abir was not serious about it. Anyway, let's see this fight. Oh, crazy exchanges there. We've seen a crazy fight between these two. Ended 10-8 in favor of Oak, but the score evolution there was pretty crazy, as I said.
Bit of an exchange. Side steps, nice, yeah.
2.
Finishes it. It's another way to counter the chop is to get to the side. Bubble. Ooh, leg void too. But he cancelled it, which is probably good. Just in case something was coming his way. But I think he didn't expect it, so it like threw off Oak's rhythm. Or sorry, yeah, Oak. Oak is playing Sam. Don't usually see that, but like Venator was saying, he does play a pretty damn good one. But Abir scored a flag, and again, we might see a similar trend to what happened in my fight. It's definitely not over, especially a 5-flag fight. Anything can happen, and I say this even as Oak scores yet another one, which is still important, I think, even if the comeback is possible. Double.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. This time Oak with a better preparation of this matchup. Props to Beer though. He had a great tournament. Got fourth place. He got some really good wins and good performances overall, but unfortunately the road stops here. And Oak manages to snatch one of those final tickets to the champion finals, and he is currently waiting for the loser between me and Captain Adler. We're gonna do that fight shortly. I'm just gonna go get some water, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
here we go. Let's get Captain Adler in. So I'm left, and Captain is right. Yeah, this is the semi-final. Loser of this will face Oak, and then the winner of that one is immediately going to the grand final. Oh, I need to switch it back to 10. Yep, Isabella Mir.
Nice. And we start with a double too.
Oh, nice.
Nice there, wins the trade. Captain Adler with a 2-point lead now, actually. Gonna say 1-point lead, but that has changed. Ooh, breaks through the guard there, hit the weak, I assume. But wow, a little bit offbeat there as Venator tried to get that stab in there. And close, but you can see Venator was able to intercept that attack and land a hit. Very close though. It honestly looked like it was going to be a double. Going for taunts there. High guard cut. Well, probably wanted the Damocles as the high guard cut, but did this work instead. Happens to the best of us. And you can see his defenses are now being battered because his stamina is so low, but I think a double is a fair trade for Captain Adler. He's able to reset. Nice deflection of the thrust. The X cut thrown at that time seems to do a good job against that. There's a cut to the head. Charges in, but yeah, Venator's ready for it. Very risky move, that dashing attack, especially in this matchup. There's definitely ways to make it work, but if you're just gonna force it and an opponent's ready for you, then it just won't happen. Good hit to the hand, but no kill just yet. It's far from over. Venator is more than capable of making a comeback happen. Might still be a tough road to get there. High guard, long guard by Captain Adler. The X cut just thrown at the right moment when Venator's not expecting it. It seems to do a decent job. Oh, he tries to stab there, but it got caught. Another exchange here. High guard there, dips under with a little bit of linger. And then the back Y. Captain Adler needs 2 more. Double. Scoops up there to finish it there. Gate by Venator going low. High guard. And the snap cut, nice timing. Exchange. Oh, yeah. Again, I think that's not the cut that he wanted. Very, very easy mistake to make. Because we all want to press that Y button, but that can also trigger that move. I think X input's better if you want to avoid that completely, but it's not super intuitive. I don't think. I think a lot of us want to just press the Y button. But he's still ahead. Captain Adler, that is, needs 1 more. So it doesn't have to lull in that too much. Just keep it solid. Get another clean flag and it's over. But Venator doesn't want to let that happen. Oh, and they both tried the same thing. They end up trading. Just at different times. Nice feint. Venator almost bites. Taunt. Captain Adler staying solid. X cut there, but Venator does a good job of backing up when that happens. So he was trying to open up a possible punishing opportunity, and eventually it does present itself. 9-9. High guard wants to provoke something. There's a taunt. Yeah, I like what Venator's doing. It's not quite working, but over time, Venator might be able to make an opportunity from nothing. There, beats the blade a little bit. Hits the weak, I assume there. Nice exchange again. Thrust. High guard. Nice try. Changing the range of the attack, but the thrust sneaks around. Nice.
Yeah, well done and well played. Pretty good setups. And yeah, Captain Adler is in the final. Ten to 9. And it's now going to be between me and Oak. Just a 5 flags fight. Okay, I'm left. Oak is right. Sam. Oh, I forgot to switch it to 5, but yeah. We'll
Yeah,
stop at 5.
that's fine. Oh, wow. I thought Isabella was going to win, but they both hit each other and Sam won it, so. think it was because Sam hit the hand. Snap cut to the body. Or shoulder region. Oak staying solid. Senator of High Guard parried. Another exchange, but Oak being down in HP and stamina means over time a gap's likely to present itself. This time it's because Oak moved to throw a cut though. Venator interrupted the cut right away. Ooh, I like what Venator was trying there, but just wasn't the time. He sort of cancelled the upcut and then did an X cut, which could catch somebody in the right situation. The back Y is displacing that stab nicely. And Sam is a tough nut to crack for Isabella.
Oh.
Goes for the low cut, but in doing so presented an opening. That looked dangerous for Venator, but Venator was fast enough to stop that. I'm sure he's relieved, because if that cut lands properly, it basically always kills. Back X. Oak needing 2 more. But it's, yeah, there we go. Venator makes it even. I was going to say it's still anybody's game and point proven. So off of the hand. The X cut working wonders for Isabella lately. But there's an X cut from Oak combination though. Down to the wire. Both threatening long guard, threatening stabs as well as cuts, trying to trick each other a little bit, threaten different moves. See how the opponent reacts, feeling each other out before they commit. Which I think on the last flag is pretty sensible. Not everybody does that though. Some people just want to finish it right away, which is also understandable. But can be risky. Goes for a sidestep. Good exchange. Guard by Venator, dangerous, and ooh, nice bait there. Baits Oak into throwing something, and there it is.
Yeah, GG, close fight as always. But Oak gets 3rd place, and he will be fighting in the Champions Finals that we're gonna do pretty soon. Maybe even after this fight if I lose. So we're going into the grand final. Here Captain Adler has 2 lives. Here we go. Okay, he's already in. So here we go. Captain left, I'm right. Yeah, going with Isabella, no reason to change.
Yeah, so very important for Venator that he win this round. This fight, I should say. It's not just a round in and of itself. And there's the gore again. Chopping that arm basically in 2. I think the worst part about it is that it's hanging on by a thread. Like there's a little bit of flesh that leaves it on. I don't know, somehow that's more gruesome looking to me than if the armor's just popped off. But both are obviously nasty. very much a work in progress feature. And I don't think it actually does anything aside from the visual effect. I've noticed you can double even if you are messed up like that, so. But it's very tough to test deliberately. That would be like something for Kubel to do with his development tools. But he knows how it works, so it's not really a mystery to him. Anyway, back to the fight. Exchange between these two, the thrust and then a double. Snap cut actually able to connect to the head. These two have been pretty evenly matched. It's nice to see. Another rising star with Isabella and Venator with the retreat attack there. High guard threatened. Snap cut. Trying to pick each other apart a little bit. And yeah, Venator is just able to dictate that exchange and get a clean hit. There's times when fighters are exchanging, but it's pretty clear one fighter has the sort of tempo advantage. Even if it goes for a bit, you can tell one fighter's on the back foot. And that's not a place you want to be. And yeah, Venator's taking control now. Maybe the experience difference is proving too much. Although Captain Adler is a seasoned player, Venator has years of experience with Isabella, so if you run this fight over and over again, perhaps the Venator still has a clear advantage, especially after getting this flag advantage so quickly. That's pretty important, I would say, psychologically. The edge of the range there. One more needed for Venator. And this is huge. Wins this one, got a very real chance to win the whole thing, and there it is, sidestepping
Yeah,
the thrust.
GG.
Nicely done.
Alright, yeah, but that's not over. We're 1-1 in terms of
Yeah.
fights, and there's, even though the difference was pretty high, now we're starting back from zero, so anything can happen. Here we go. Who knows, we might even see a change of character. He's probably trusting the character that got him to this point.
Yeah. I think that's the sensible move. Nice usage of the taunt there. Very tough to force it on an experienced player, but sometimes, especially if somebody's careless, you can slip that in. It's something Venator in particular is very good at doing with Isabella. You won't really see many Isabellas doing that, but Venator does from time to time. Nice, yeah. Although Venator was backing up, you can see that what I was talking about earlier happening here. Like, Venator was just sort of in control. Gave a bit of ground, but it didn't much matter. When the swords were actually clashing, Venator had the clear edge. And it seems like he's adjusting well to the threat of that X cut, which comes at an awkward rhythm. So Captain Adler's having to switch it up. Tries the X cut again, then there's a thrust, which I think is sensible. Ooh, yeah, his blade got stuck, but he got damage in there, and then was able to follow it up. Snap cut, high guard there. Nice feints, but the taunt, yeah. Captain Adler was also feinting, so he was kind of flat-footed when that upcut came in. Very intelligently placed too, aimed at the hand, so when the taunt went out, it confused the auto guard. Yeah, it's just those little things. that Venator is doing to get an advantage. And yeah, I think I see what Captain Adler was going for. He tried a taunt and then a dash in, but I feel like it might have been too slow. Which is kind of ironic to say because he was dashing in, but I think the upcut is a much faster way to follow up the taunt. Nice, yeah. Captain Adler is good at getting this slight hit to punish the stab and then following it up right after. Without being overly greedy. High guard, low guard. Sidestep attempt by Venator, but just a little bit out of range, I think, to secure a clear hit. At least through the guard there. Interesting, he knocked the blade aside after the high guard. I think again because he hit the weak of the blade. Sometimes Isabella can do that to another Isabella. Goes for a... That did look strange, but he was doing a thrust in his defense. Not that it's the player's fault, but that is probably the first slow-mo I've seen that looked particularly strange, which is pretty impressive because we're used to a lot of weird stuff in Hellish Quart, as Venator knows. Even from earlier stakes of the game, it has to be said. Not a new thing. But the attack was fully inputted, so... We're not seeing a lot of it, though. It's really... Like, I'm not even seeing the bobblehead bug, is what I call it, much. It's just been clean fights, really. And where issues do arise, they're not dictating anything. They're just happenstance. Trying to sidestep there. A little bit too far, I guess. Captain Adler was ready. Venator a bit on the back foot there, and that's a great time to throw that thrust, it looks like, when your opponent is focused too much on defending and is not ready with long guard, or to beat it straight away. Whoa, he dashed in and did a thrust. That was interesting. I've never seen that before. It didn't actually quite work initially, but he was able to follow it up. And yeah, Captain Adler, I like that he's trying to taunt as well. You have to be wary of the fact, though, that it can leave you a little bit flat-footed. And so Venator, that's why he spaces himself really well when he does it. So he's not in measure when he's doing it. He's actually out of measure, but he'll step into measure as he cuts, leading with the blade. So if you try to punish the taunt, you're actually eating a cut to the hand. Down to the wire, it's still possible for Captain Adler to win this. And it looks like, yeah, that dash just is not going to connect against an active Isabella. I see why he did it. It looked like there was a small angle, but I don't think it's going to work. Closer round this time, though. Captain Adler putting up a nice fight, regardless of what the score says. Ooh, and Venator was threatening something, but there's the high guard.
GG. Yeah, third fight was kind of a mix between the first two fights where kind of the first one was close, the second one wasn't. This one was kind of a mix, but yeah, GG. Captain Adler, still a very solid opponent. Some good plays there, and I think, as you said, I think experience kind of took over at some point. Was able to land a couple of tricks there. It's actually 10-2 here. Anyway, I know it's been a long time, but we managed to get to the Champions finals, and I will quickly explain what's going to happen here. Okay, so end the tournament. So Abir asked about the final. Unfortunately, we're past that, so we're gonna take only the
Yeah.
top three from each competition. So here's what's gonna happen. We got do top four, man. No, too late for that.
Oh man.
Okay, so the ranking is like this. So I got. I will also type in chat while I'm explaining. So I got 2 gold medals, so I'm in a pretty good position. Then we got Subu with a silver medal. Captain Adler. Man, I'm not gonna do top four. I already told you. Captain Adler with silver, and Info and Oak with bronze. So mean. I'm not mean, it's just late. Okay, so here's what's happening. Info and Oak. So first round, Info versus Oak. Fights are gonna be 7 flags. So basically a best of 3. Uh, you have to use a character from the category you got a medal with, plus another one of your choosing. If it's 1-1, then winning characters, winning categories actually stay. Winner will face me and I will have 3 lives. Actually, losing a set means losing the category. And then we're gonna see Captain Adler versus Subu. Okay, let me just speak plain. So Info and Oak are gonna fight now. They're basically gonna do a best of 3. In each set, they have to use one time the category that they got a medal with. So Info will have to use Marie, for example, and in the other one, she can choose whoever. So she can use Marie again. Oak needs to choose a character from the category he got a medal with, and another character of his choosing. If it ends up to be 1-1, then in the third fight, it's gonna be who they won with, like which categories. But losing a set means losing that category in the for the whole thing. We'll I'm not sure if it's clear, but you'll see it in practice.
Yeah.
So first time they have to choose the category medals. So Info can pick only an underdog, and Oak can choose only a top dog. And after that, they can pick whoever they want.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's kind of like, so you have multiple lives, and you get the lives that you got medals with plus your main. but if you lose a set,
Yeah.
you lose that ability to use the character throughout the event. Even your main. For example, if you lose, for example, if one of them loses the second set, they lose the ability to choose all the characters. They stay only with the medal one. Anyway, let's get info in. The winner of this fight will face me, and then we have another fight between you and Captain Adler, which is basically the same.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna switch to 7 flags. Okay, so I'm just gonna type first round. Yeah, I hope that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's clear.
So info left, oak right. So info most likely is gonna pick Marie here, and oak going with Sam. Yeah, my initial idea was to do like a third tournament like I do before, but since we're running pretty late on time, I just improvised this
Yeah.
system that also keeps the concept, but it's not that long.
Yeah. And there's one for Oak right away.
And in the next fight that you're gonna do against Captain, it's gonna be awkward because Captain can use only a top dog, and you're gonna use another dog in the first one, and neither of you have you don't have your main there.
Yeah.
But you both looked really good with your characters. So. You also have to be careful. Yeah, Oak 3 already ahead. You also have to be careful with how many sets you lose, because I have 3, but I can win and only go through with 1. And for example, you can win both of yours in your semifinal, and when you meet in the final, you're gonna have 2 and I'm gonna have 1.
Yeah.
So that can still happen. But anyway, let's focus here. 3, 2, 1 here for Oak.
Going for sidestep thrust there and cuts. Oak trying to also play the sidestep game. There's a hit to the head though. Yeah, it just seems like the slightest displacement is all Oak needs to hit the head when he's in range. Samuel is pretty good at that. He's got these really fast sort of snap cuts and lunges. Plus his guard is really good. Thrust.
Nice.
Like X there.
Yeah, 5-1.
Yeah, traditionally not the best matchup for Marie. Even like back when Marie was also good, like even then I think Samuel had a pretty clear advantage, so it's not really surprising that after some buffing it still kind of remains the case. The sidesteps there saves him from the grab. I knew Info was gonna try it. There's just situations where you know when you've seen her fight enough that a grab will happen. You're very flat-footed when you go for a grab, so if it fails, you're in a very awkward position. Nice to the body. Some catch-up here for Info to do. Not going to be easy. One slight mistake and that's it.
Yeah.
There it is.
And that's it. So Info loses her category character, and now we're gonna switch sides. And now players can choose any character from the roster. Swap sides, please. And this could be very good for Oak because if he wins here, he can keep both of his options. What would help me here is if Info wins this fight. So whoever wins the whole thing just has only one life against me. Yeah, Oak seems pretty confident in this fight. He doesn't really give a damn that Marie was buffed. He's just gonna, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Just gonna win.
Yeah, and it helps that he has that thrust option, I think, as well, to really reach out far if he needs to stab, but then he's got these really fast cuts that beat the blade quickly and hit the arm or the head.
By the way, pretty sure you're not thinking about this right now, but just so you know, this is somewhat of a tournament itself, but obviously it cannot be scored like a regular tournament, so it will only receive a very limited amount of points, which is number 1 gets 3 points, number 2 gets 2 points, and the rest of people get 1 point. Still a little bit of a bonus, but obviously given the fact that it's limited, it can be considered as a regular tournament.
Yeah. The Info's really trying to get that decisive hit in, but Samuel just does a great job of deflecting incoming stabs. Even the cuts aren't quite, well, cutting it.
Oh,
nice triangle. Stab. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Oak says I can stab too, but then he goes in with this big wide slash, like he just doesn't care. Just disrespecting Marie's point. Oh, this time gets blocked though, a little too far, hitting the hand protection it looks like. But there's a hit. Nice usage of the cut, but did get punished.
Nice. Yeah, it gets me to think that, okay, won the tournament with Marie, but if I am to face Oak next and one of my characters needs to be an underdog, not sure if I trust Marie enough in this this match. Maybe somebody with more power is a better idea, but the fight is still not over.
And Cortada trying to dissuade Oak from getting too close, but not enough.
That's it. Yeah, dominant victory here for Oak. And he wins 2-0, which means that he keeps both of his options alive before the fight against me. And Info is eliminated. Thank you very much for competing. And I'll see you on the next event. Now we're gonna see Subu facing Captain Adler, and the first match that we're gonna see, first round that we're gonna see, is the medal category pick, which means that Subu needs to pick an underdog and Captain Adler needs to pick a top dog.
A beer needs the money for gambling, he says.
Gambling.
Oh man.
Okay, Captain Adler
I'm
has.
genuinely not. Hmm. Go ahead.
I was about to say that Captain Adler has a pretty clear option for this fight,
Yeah.
and most likely we're going to see that. But we'll see what Subu brings to the table for this one, because the stake is not just winning the fight, but also your left side, by the way. But it's also trying to
Okay,
keep
we'll
your
just switch.
options alive for a potential final.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Genuinely wasn't sure, but I think I'll go with this.
yeah, seems like a sensible pick, considering you also used her in the tournament. In fact, she is the character you got the medal with, among others. Let's push. Three for Captain. Captain in very good shape and very good Isabella play. I'm honestly quite surprised how well he's been playing Isabella today. I mean, I've seen him play Isabella before, and he's done a great job. I think today he was on a different level with her. To be fair, at times I felt I was fighting Wusami. Also, the skin helped. These rat hat Isabellas are quite tough. Four two. Nice punch. 5-2. Good start here for Captain. And Subu takes one back. Yep, and at this point, you need to be careful not to underestimate Subu. But Captain with a good retreat. Double. Another one for Subu here. And that's it. Captain Adler wins and eliminates Subu's underdog. Which means that now Subu, he can choose whoever he wants. Most likely he's gonna go to his main. And Captain Adler also can pick whoever he wants. So if he wants to, he can play Tarnowski, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen, considering how well he's been doing with Isabella. Swap sides. Captain Adler in a good position to go to the final. And Subu's pondering and he's actually going Isabella. Let's see if it goes to round 3. Yeah, Subu is a very underrated Isabella as well. I would say he's one of the best Isabellas, although he doesn't play her often. Nice. Cut into thrust. Sorry, combo cut. Yeah, 4 already. Yeah, as I said, Subu's an old school Isabella player. He's just no nonsense type of guy. Just knows what works and what doesn't. He's not necessarily caught in the current state of things. And it's working well for him. Oh, weird double there. Just a delayed animation. There's a bug with Isabella, which is nice thrust, which is sometimes her double is delayed on the animation, but mechanically it does happen. I know that because I've been in this situation many times. Like I was pressing something and then the attack was shown after a few seconds, I think. Anyway, Captain Adler is coming back, scored 3 flags. Nice retreat, 5-3. Tap to the head. Again, keep in mind that this is the, let's call it the universal pick, which means that if Captain loses this fight, he loses his universal pick, but I'm not sure he's worried too much about that because he will most likely use Isabella from now on. Yeah, Subu is about to make it 1-1 and move into the final fight. Captain Adler still behind though. 2 points behind. Cutting to thrust, a good attempt. I honestly really like the way Subu is playing Isabella. It's just old school. But not that obsolete old school. Yeah, just harassing the guard and actually one hit goes through. Sometimes you can break through the guard. It's one thing that I like about the game, actually. There you go. And Subu wins, and it's 1-1. And just to make it clear, Subu still has his universal pick, so he can pick whoever he wants in this fight, then potentially in the final. And Captain can pick only a top dog. He can't pick all the characters on the roster, but anyway, we're gonna swap sides again. But worth to say is that either way, whoever wins here will have only one life in the final. I'll be right back. Back, Subu with a slight lead, 3-2. Nice. Yeah, Subu's taking over, and it's 5-2, 6-2 now. With another upcut. Yeah, Captain. As Subu was saying earlier, Captain Adler is a very good player, and he's playing the game the right way. But at a certain point, experience kind of comes into play, and Subu is showing some veteran gameplay here. Yeah, nice upcut, and that's it. And Subu wins actually decisively. And Subu is in the grand final, actually, with one life, but that life he can use any character in the game. Captain Adler, a valiant effort, but unfortunately will not go through the grand final this time. So congratulations to Subu.
Yeah, good fight.
And next fight is going to be me versus Oak. The first fight is going to be my underdog versus his top dog. Next fight will be his main character, like whoever he wants to pick, versus my top dog. And if there's gonna be a third fight, I can pick whoever, and he picks obviously the character that he has left, or one of the characters that he has left. I have 3, so he has 2. I have 3. Anyway, let's get Oak here. Again, Captain Adler, thank you very much. Yeah, here we go. I'm not sure who to pick. I will not go Marie, unfortunately. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm going Sam. So I got Jendrik, Hulk, Gedi, Marta, Sava, Tarna, Marina, and Hassan. You know what? Let's go with this guy. Just trying to get into Oak's head a little bit, see if it works.
Okay. I've seen it work before. Venator just busting out the Laszlo. It's actually worked on me, funnily enough, too. I remember one game. I was not prepared for Laszlo he beat because he has a very specific timing with his attacks, but it's not quite the same. So it worked really well, especially the way Venator played it. Against my Bara of all things, who I think Bara tends to be a pretty good matchup on the Laszlo lately, but still, Venator played so precisely that it didn't much matter. And that's a trade that actually favors Oak. I think just because there was a body hit. That attack in particular, it's great for getting past auto guards. I was even using that against Marina. Laszlo is a pretty good counter to her, I would say, actually, from my experience. I now have a fallback character who I might use if for some reason I can't use Bara, or I can't use Alex, or those people, Samuel. Because, he hits hard enough to deal with Marina, and he hits at the correct angles. Plus, his footwork is such that any defensive advantage you get from the shield is somewhat negated by the fact you can move out of harm's way anytime you want. But I emphasize somewhat, it is still an advantage, of course, to have that shield, the defensive utility, which Laszlo does not enjoy. His defense is his footwork. And that was nicely placed. Like I said, Venator plays a Laszlo that's very tricky. He's definitely been observing the way other people play him and sort of giving it his own personal touch, which is what you should do. Like, there's meta ways to play a character, but then there's your own personal take on it, which you need to find, I think, to truly get to that next level. Which Venator has. He's had plenty of experience with Laszlo by now. On and off over the years. And it's paying off. Possibly a decent matchup against Sam, too, even in his current state. Very nimble. You can see Oak is having to play catch-up a lot. His defense is not really mattering so much under the pressure that Laszlo brings to the table. The nice in-and-out game, making it very tough for Oak to punish it, although he manages it now, and he's backed in a corner. This is really a place where you almost don't want Oak to be, because he'll enter that second phase, he will go Super Saiyan, he'll go Bankai, whatever your favorite anime is, the crazy powerful form, he'll take that on and just, he becomes laser focused. I do that sometimes as well, but I dare say Oak might be the best at it. The best part is the commentator's curse doesn't work on him, so I can say this all I want, and there'll be no repercussions. Just silently hoping Oak doesn't prove me wrong. And he doesn't, he gets another one, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, Oak is something else, and I'm sure Venator's not too happy with this, but possibly expected it, like in his subconscious, that this was a very real possibility. Oh, yeah, both going for each other's hands. Dangerous game, but a game that you have to play sometimes to get that crucial kill shot. Thrust, yeah, a little bit of a mistake there, but I see why he tried it.
Coming back. He was coming back.
Yeah.
and I keep my my underdog here. Now he can use whoever he wants, and I need to use my top dog, which is Isabella, obviously. If he loses this one, he is eliminated. Thing is, in order to beat me, he will still have to kill all my characters. So the fact that he lost against Laszlo, he will have to defeat him at one point. That's the idea. He has to eliminate my characters. So he basically has to beat me 3 times. Okay. All right.
There goes the hand. I love that kick of the sword that Isabella does now. You see that in Montante, by the way, that it actually has a historical basis. It's pretty cool. Really like Isabella's style. It's very down to earth, but she also shows off from time to time. It's a nice little bit of characterization. Fits the time period too, if you understand what longswords were often used for in this time. You know, to show off and fight in tournaments and stuff. Maybe a bit less on the battlefield at this point, although the Swiss were still using them. But before I get caught up in that, let's focus back in the fight. Sidestep by Venator. Traditionally, this matchup can pose Isabella some problems, but I do think going with the character he knows best is still the correct move. It's not like Isabella can't win this matchup. And, you know, Oak was adapting to the Laszlo too, so it doesn't make much sense to me to try Laszlo again, I don't think, when you've got the chance to use someone you know better. But, that said, Venator really... It's a bit of a gamble, though. He doesn't really want to lose here, either. That would not be good. But it's like... That's a threat no matter what, so... Attempt sidestepped. It doesn't have the best tracking, that stab. I've seen it hit people who are trying to sidestep before, but I really think it's more about when it's being launched, like at what point in the sidestep is it being launched, whether the Isabella has reoriented herself or not, and you know, that type of stuff. It doesn't actually have any tracking. So if you throw it naked against somebody who's dashing to the side, odds are it will miss. And this could be pretty huge for Oak. Or is Laszlo the right pick all along? Who knows? I like this about Oak, though, how he doesn't... I'm not saying people are wrong for switching. I'd be very hypocritical to say that, because I switch all the time. But I do like the fact that Oak doesn't care what matchup. Like, if he's hell-bent on using a character, he will use that character. I think it's a good quality to have. Obviously, being able to switch has its merits too, but... Oak is like the guy who's mastered one kick, except he switches the kick he wants to master, the single kick he wants to focus on, every, like, 5 months or whatever it is. So he hyper-focuses on one character and shows us what that character can do, and then we'll switch again. You know, like that Bruce Lee quote. He's not in the business of practicing 1,000 different kicks, hoping one will land. But in the long run, he's learned so many characters.
Oh,
Like
nice.
he's going to be a very versatile player. Nice.
Okay, so Oak still has one character. I have two left, and now he will obviously use. So he won with his universal character, so he can use whoever he wants. And now I'm using my universal character as well. If he wins this one, then there's going to be a third fight where I have to use my underdog. So I still have two. He
Okay.
has one. So here we go. So that's a good situation for you though, because the more Oak wins here, then the fairer will be for you in the final.
Gate by Venator. Funny, this Samuel pick. Maybe he's picked it in the Captain Adler's tournament. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But it just feels like it kind of came out of nowhere. But that's what
Uh,
Oak does. He'll get fixated on a character
Oak
sometimes.
was not there on
Oh, he
Captain's.
wasn't there.
No.
So this is like a secret. He's done some secret training and then come back.
There was a time when Oak played Sam quite extensively.
Then again, it's not so different. Like I just against Luck, for example, I randomly decided I would use Isabella again, and it worked out well. So it could be that. That said, I think Luck is pretty clearly the better Isabella, but when you're not expecting the sudden switch, and there's still a lot of experience to back that switch up, it can make a big difference. Because I still had the muscle memory to stick with the fundamentals and win exchanges. Anyway, back to the fight though. Oak slightly ahead. I'd say Venator's faring a bit better this time. Having had a chance to sort of warm up against this Samuel. I think some combos, Venator. I think he's right to not force them too much. Because Samuel's guard is... Yeah, you gotta catch him on a whiff or when he's doing something else. But that deep lunge, yeah, comes out of nowhere. We don't see that move very often, but I'm pretty sure it hits like a truck. And it just so happens it hits the hand, despite being a sort of lower looking cut on the surface. Comes right up. Nice stab there. Getting right past. Yeah, Venator's definitely figured some things out. Going for taunt as well, that's a good idea. And even if it doesn't work, this time it worked though, nicely done. But even if it doesn't work, it kind of forces the opponent to respond to it, to back off, or even punish it with an attack perhaps. Like, it essentially forces the opponent to make a decision, because if they don't and they just stand and measure, you get a free hit. Like so, Oak had to move back just then, but then Venator nicely done with the follow-up.
Some good setups from me there at the end. Not to toot my own
Definitely,
horn,
yeah.
but kind of made some switches and they worked. GG Oak, nice fights. Very tough Sam as expected. Sam is somewhat kind of the same profile as Yatsik, so I kind of run into the same problems I usually run into when facing Oak's Yatsik. just kind of pressure on the center, kind of hard to find gaps in his guard,
Yeah.
fast riposts. Yeah, same thing. But yeah, good fights and good showing tonight from Oak. And it's actually you and me again
Yeah.
in the final.
Fitting, yeah.
And you have one life, which is universal pick, so you can pick whoever you
Yeah.
want. I have 2 lives. One of them is universal pick, and the other one is the underdog. So I am also starting with the universal pick, and if you win, then I have to use my underdog. So
Yeah.
good incentive for you to win this one here.
Yeah.
I think. Here we go.
For good luck.
Oh my god. Why? opened up the lockdown. GG, man. Really good fight.
Yeah, good fight.
And congratulations for getting second place in the first tournament, second place in the Champions tournament. It was a nice event overall. Obviously, a little bit long. I mean, it was an event, but it wasn't one tournament. There were multiple tournaments and finals. And I was
Yeah.
happy that you were here. That's a comment. It's I missed the atmosphere and the fights and everything. And
Yeah.
I'm actually quite optimistic about the game, and I'm probably coming back to host on Fridays as usual, and have
Nice.
some some nice fights. Thank you again for helping out and for participating.
No worries. It was fun.
Yeah, have a wonderful rest of the evening, and I'll see you soon.
See ya. GG's.